It was an ordinary evening in the small town of Everwood. The skies painted in hues of orange and purple as the sun set behind the distant hills. The streets were quiet, save for the faint rustling of leaves in the cool breeze. Emma sat on her front porch, sipping tea from a chipped mug, her mind wandering. The world had always felt the same to her, unremarkable, predictable. But deep down, she knew there was something more waiting to unfold. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from the edge of town, followed by a strange, shimmering light. The peaceful silence shattered like glass, leaving Emma wide-eyed and curious. She set her mug down and stood up. The townspeople gathered, murmuring with unease as they watched the source of the light. It was a large, glowing object, embedded into the earth near the old oak tree. No one knew what it was, but fear began to rise in the crowd. Emma wasn't like the others. Where they saw danger, she saw an opportunity. There was something about that strange light that called to her, urging her forward. Without thinking, she stepped away from the crowd and walked toward the tree. As she neared, the object pulsed with an eerie energy. It was unlike anything she had ever seen, shiny, metallic, and alien in shape. Her heart raced, but her curiosity pushed her closer. She reached out, her fingers brushing the surface of the object. In an instant, a surge of warmth enveloped her, and the object's surface rippled like water. It wasn't just a thing anymore. It felt alive. Emma gasped and stumbled back, her head spinning with visions of strange landscapes and distant stars. The crowd behind her gasped as well, but Emma barely noticed. She was caught in a trance, her mind filled with flashes of ancient knowledge, hidden truths, and a power she couldn't comprehend. Without warning, the object cracked open, revealing a glowing crystal within. The light from it was blinding, and Emma felt a strange connection surge through her body. She couldn't explain it, but she knew the crystal had chosen her. "What's happening?" someone shouted from the crowd, but Emma couldn't answer. She was overwhelmed by the energy coursing through her veins. She felt stronger, more aware, as if the weight of the world had shifted in an instant. And then, just as quickly as it had begun, the light faded. The object returned to its dormant state, the crystal now glowing faintly. Emma stood there, breathless and stunned, but something inside her had changed. She wasn't the same person anymore. The townspeople slowly approached, their fear giving way to wonder. "What did you do?" they asked, or in their voices. But Emma didn't answer. She wasn't sure herself. She only knew one thing: her life had just taken an unexpected turn. As the days passed, Emma began to notice changes within herself. She could hear whispers in the wind, understand the language of animals, and see things others couldn't. Her senses were heightened, her strength amplified, and she felt an overwhelming sense of purpose. It didn't take long for her to realize that the crystal had bestowed upon her a gift, one she couldn't ignore. A power that had been dormant for centuries, waiting for the right person to awaken it. And now, it was hers. But with this power came responsibility. Emma understood that the world wasn't as peaceful as it seemed. Forces from beyond the stars were gathering, and the power within her would be tested in ways she couldn't yet imagine. The peaceful town of Everwood would soon be caught in the storm of ancient conflict. But Emma, with the crystal's guidance, would rise to become a hero, an unexpected savior in a time of darkness. As the sun set once more over the hills, Emma gazed out into the distance, knowing that her journey was just beginning. The world was no longer ordinary, and neither was she.